I'm busy packing up the stuff to go to my mum's room, and I noticed Johan's acting really strange.
Oh.
I'm hoping it's not second thoughts.
You seem a bit... You sure?
Try to organise things. He's bricking it.
Are they? Charlotte, please take that stupid hat off. I can't take you serious.
I like it though.
Marry you? Oh, I don't know what he's let himself in for, does he?
No. What if he don't turn up?
Do you really think he won't turn up?
That's a reception.
So for the people who don't know what bricking it means, of course, you know, some people who watch this aren't necessarily from the UK. So when it says, when somebody says they're bricking, it means this person is getting nervous, this person is getting anxious, and this person probably won't even turn up. They're getting scared pretty much, you know what I mean? Scared. And to be fair, usually when you see signs like those, depending on the person who you're dealing with and the context, you should know whether to bounce or to stay. Well, Charlotte decided to stay. Why? Because of her own freaking false hope. But let's get into it.
No, uncle. Well, they should be here now, but they're 6 minutes late, and I don't like late. No, I just want to get there.
You sure?
Yeah. I've been past.
What time we got to be there?
We give him till 20 past.
I'm here by 20 past, I'm leaving. To go back to England.
Tell him if he's not here by 20 past, I'm taking him home.
Yeah. Call you back.
Yeah, you can imagine that 20 past, the chance of it happening.
No, you said that 5 minutes ago. You promise? Hold on.
How long? You're talking to Mama now. How long? He's nearly at the lobby. He better be.
Anyone from the UK will know this. If the mum gets on the phone and says you're talking to mum now, yeah, you know you're in trouble. You know it's a problem now. You know you gotta fix up. But of course, in this context, why does he care? But if you're from the UK, you'd understand. You'd understand.
Looks like a doll office. Nothing wedding-y at all. It is horrific.
No, Johan. No. Where are... What? You are joking. What? How long? I'll go home? Because you're supposed to be here.
Where is he then? Where's Johan?
It's interesting because she has spoken about going home multiple times. But yet you still decided to wait for Uncle. Uncle came and then he took you to this place where you're meant to be getting married. And it's crazy because after all the money that she put down, why the hell did they get married in such a dump? That's how it's looking. Wow. Listen, if I turn up to the place I'm marrying someone, knowing that I've given them the money to do it, and I know they've asked for some amount of money, and the place that I turn up hasn't even got anything necessarily like remotely fancy or romantic, why the hell am I going to continue walking into that same building? Charlotte, being desperate puts you in these positions.
Where is he?
You're wedding in a minute. I'll go fucking mad at him. How long do you give someone? What shall I do? It causes bad feeling now.
During the day, for you, innit?
But now, if I've missed this appointment, then he's missed the opportunity of us because I'm just going to go back to my room.
Well, sorry to tell you, Charlotte, this never had anything to do with him missing the opportunity of yous. This had to do with him taking the opportunity of your bank card, him and his family, and you allowed it. Now, based on the preview for next week, well, we see Charlotte pretty much throwing the wedding dress into a bin, and then also pretty much looking like as if she's about to burn it. So that tells me that this wedding that she hoped for didn't happen. This child that she was looking to try and have with him, well, to be fair, I hope she's not pregnant, to be honest with you, because goddamn. But then again, at the same time, she probably would be happy with that because she's desperate to have some type of love in her life. So sad. I just hope that this experience can allow her to mature and allow her to understand that being desperate is not the way forward. And hopefully that it can hopefully put her in a position where she's going to learn how to value herself and really know what her self-worth is, because this ain't it. But nonetheless, though, let's get into the next couple.
You're not going to ask me anything?
Yeah,
I just feel like sometimes, right, like I ask you a lot of questions, but like you never ask me anything.
that's true.
Yes, that's good. I don't know how I'm supposed to make a conversation from that.
To be more creative instead of fighting.
I think sometimes when we talk to each other, he just like to fight. So
Sometimes I fight with you because we talk the most when we fight.
That is going to be one of the most unhealthiest things I've heard in my life. Sometimes I got to fight with you because, you know, sometimes we talk. What the hell? Obviously, that wasn't his word for word, but that's the nitty-gritty of what he said. I don't know who's more... No, Charlotte is definitely the most desperate, I believe, on this show. But John is like the most delusional. Yeah.
That is what you think, but I don't have to fight with you. With negative energy because maybe your life is not good.
you forcing yourself to be in this relationship if you don't like my life. We should just stop talking so much.
It's better than I don't accept your call.
Okay, fine. Well, let's do that then.
It's nuts though, you know, when Sprite says, listen, I'm happy. I'm sad. I don't need to be fighting. You just bring negativity. You're the, you know, you need to learn to bring positive vibes to our conversations or be a bit more creative. Now, listen, I'm not going to say the things that Sprite says are necessarily fair per se, but John is the one that's always bringing that negative energy. And he needs to fix that. And that's because if you ask me personally, I just don't think John is happy with himself in his life, to be honest with you. Probably why Sprite pointed out, because John gets very sensitive when he feels like he's being judged. And usually people that get sensitive when they feel that they're being judged, well, they're not always necessarily happy with their life. But we continue.
Ask about stories. That's what I want to see if he cares enough to find out how my day was.
Why do you need someone to ask you to see if they care? You should know that they care.
Facts upon facts upon facts. Listen to your sister. And this is the issue, John. John's always trying to force things. And to make it worse, he tries to force things that have nothing in relation to Sprite. Sprite's already said that whenever he does anything with John, it's always about what John wants. And he just forces it. And that's something that we definitely saw. And John does also say that he doesn't even know what Sprite likes. But to be fair, I don't think it's a case where Sprite hasn't necessarily communicated some things he doesn't like. I think it's a better way John just hasn't really been listening, because John only cares about what he wants.
A lot riding on this trip. I want everything to be perfect because I want to propose to Sprite.
You see? Literally, you two are having arguments or having disagreements. You're clearly not on the same page, but for some reason, he wants to propose to him. He wants to propose to him because he says, if I propose to him, then that means if we get married, he would then be inclined to want to stay in the UK. When Sprite literally said that he doesn't know if he wants to come back to the UK. Because John only thinks about what John wants, never thinks about what Sprite might want. John knows that they got cracks in their relations, but instead of trying to sort them out, he'd rather ignore them. The guy's a freaking clown. I'm not even going to call him like a narcissist or nothing like that. I don't think it's to that deep level. I just think he's a clown. Delusional clown.
Like too big, I think.
I like it because it's warm. Come on. Where's the door? Where's the door?
I came to UK to spend time with John, and we can try to solve things out. But if he really wants me to stay in UK in the future, I'm not going to be with him anymore.
So it seems to me as if there's any idea, and this goes back to what I was saying before, Sprite right now isn't feeling like staying in the UK. So if him and John are going to stay together, it looks like John's going to have to move all the way to Thailand. And this is something that Sprite didn't make abundantly clear, but he made it clear. You know, he voiced that he's not happy with the UK. He's voiced that he's not too sure about the UK. And John hasn't had any decency to have that conversation with him to find out where Sprite is at. I was actually surprised to see that Sprite actually flew back to the UK again, but obviously he did fly back because he says that he needs to have a serious conversation with John in person, which tells me that that conversation means that they may just be over. But I guess we have to wait and find out. But with that being said, though, let's check out the next couple.
Hello. We're back from Turkey now for 3 or 4 weeks. Ali's had his English test today, so another thing that I've paid for again.
Always moaning about paying for this and that. If you're that upset about it, then just don't pay for it then.
Hopefully he's passing or not.
100% I pass, babe.
I just love him so much. I would literally do anything for him. Love to me is being able to have trust with somebody, but they're also your best friend.
Well, I mean, listen, as per your relationship this season, trust has definitely been one of your biggest barriers. So the question is, do you actually trust Ali? You know? I mean, obviously on the last episode that we did see them, it felt like she did trust him because she obviously had a meeting, well, not a meeting, but had like a night out with him and his friends, and then realized that he was leaving his friends behind that obviously going to dearly miss him, blah, 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 which made her think, oh, hold on a minute, maybe he's actually leaving all this for me and not just for the UK. I mean, listen, all I know is this: can trust be built in their relationship? It definitely has the potential, but is the trust right there right now? No. So therefore, should love even be a part of the conversation? If you ask me, no. Because you haven't even covered up all the areas that really matter before you get to that love stage. But who am I to tell somebody that they should not be in love or have love for somebody at any point in their lives to that person? You know what I mean? All I know is that Sam still has a lot of figuring out to do on her own accord in terms of, you know, her own self-love. And that's just the grand scheme of it, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, though, I really do wish Sam and Ali the best. I do feel like there is a potential there that their relationship could actually go far, and the relationship may have some serious genuineness in it. So hopefully that does work out for them. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I do feel like they are a good couple when Sam isn't being a BICTH, pretty much in a nutshell. Because goddamn, when she's in her emotions, she's in her emotions. But hey, with that being said, though, let's finish off with the last couple.
We argued the other night is because, you know, I'm scared because my life for many years has been London life.
I know London is nice. I like London, but that is your world. And also my daughter as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to move to UK.
First and foremost, Tony obviously starts off by apologizing to Nui, which is absolutely fantastic because he definitely needed to apologize to her. The way he behaved last week was very unacceptable. The way he behaved last week was very triggering for a lot of people, you know, all of us viewers. So it's good to see that, of course, nothing has necessarily, you know, moved on from the last episode to this episode, which tells us that things didn't go too far based on what we're seeing. And obviously moving on to this episode, he's now in a position where he's now apologized, and now they're having a conversation about their future plans. Are their plans going to be in the UK, or are their plans going to be in Thailand? Originally, their plans were always going to be in Thailand. Right now, Nui is obviously talking about how she does not want to stay in the UK and she does want to stay in Thailand. The question is, did Tony change his mind, or is he happy to stay? Is he happy to still go to Thailand with her?
So I must move to Thailand.
The man decided to move to Thailand and start his life there. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, I do feel like if there's any hope of their relationship, it is probably better off in Thailand than it is in the UK, because I feel like the influences he has around them, I don't know if he's able to handle those influences of going out with his friends, you know, but obviously his friends aren't going to stop their lifestyle for him. And obviously he's not going to want to stop not seeing his friends. So of course, him being in the UK and being around his friends is probably not going to be good for their relationship. But him being away from his friends obviously prevents him from his temptations potentially, or high risk of prevention, if you dig what I'm saying. So going to Thailand definitely feels like the right move for their relationship going forward, for it to work.
Don't make me cry again, okay?
I'm not gonna make you cry. Please. Please.
Care of you. I will to be the good wife for you.
I feel her love, and I feel her love is genuine, and how she treats me when I'm in Thailand is like a king.
Listen, I really hope that things can work out. I don't feel like they're a terrible couple. I just feel like Tony has a lot of, he has serious red flags, but it seems as if he's removing himself from the scenes or from the location that really brings up his red flags. So hopefully the move is going to be good for the relationship. But Tony has expressed that he wants kids. Nui expressed that she does not want any kids though. But at the same time, Nui's attitude kind of gave me the vibe that despite the fact that she doesn't want children, she may still give him children because she wants to make him happy. So given that they've had that conversation, maybe, because obviously we haven't seen it here, then I can see the relationship potentially having some strength behind it and actually going the full mile, the full length that it needs to go to. But I can imagine that it'd be based on literally kids being provided to. But at the same time though, Tony has to make sure that he's going to have some line of work ready for him there, because right now he's leaving his work in the UK. So therefore he's going to go to Thailand where he won't have any work. And I hope whatever he figures out is something that obviously is going to be sustainable for their lifestyle there. Otherwise, it may cause what happens in some couples' relationships where you end up having to go back to the country where you can actually earn some money. So hopefully that doesn't become a strain on their relationship in the near future. But nonetheless though, so let me know your opinions on yourself in particular, and we can mostly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.